A theater space that looks like organized chaos. There are ladders leaning against walls, theater lights on the ground, and 2 prop tables stacked precariously with props from the last show. Plastic bins overflowing with costume pieces, a clothes rack with coats, capes, and scarves, and a ghost light, etc. A 6-foot folding table with mismatched chairs from different shows as center stage. A whiteboard that has show dates on it is propped up on a chair at the head of the table. Carol enters into the dark, using her phone flashlight to cross the stage. She goes off stage, and a second later, theater lights come on. Kathy, Grace, and Mark enter.
Morning.
Good morning to you, lassie.
Oh, can we make a pot of coffee?
Pot's still in the dressing room. I had the coffee inside the top hat with the flower popping out of it on the costume shelf somewhere over there.
Is coffee such a valuable product you have to hide it, lassie?
Someone please make him stop.
Too early for dialects?
Yes.
3 writers and a producer walk into a bar.
Bum.
That joke has never been funny.
It's funny how I tell it.
It's all about timing.
And talent, which is questionable.
Hey.
So, like she said, timing is everything.
Can we get started? You 3 have each been the only resident playwrights over the course of several seasons. As the only equity house in town and theater with the largest subscription base, the competition has, of course, been fierce. I mean, who doesn't want to be produced here?
Ego check, Butch?
My ego is just fine.
Now
Thank you very
that's-
much. Timing. Moving on. So, I promised the board I would include others in the season decision. Some fucking thing about the funders feeling like I am making decisions in a silo or some shit like that. Anyway, you're here because they insisted I invite DEI writers. So, welcome. Enjoy the donuts. But let me make it very clear, the final decisions are mine. So, let's get started. I always open the season with a Shakespeare.
Why, God, why?
Carol looks over at the bagels and instead pulls a Tupperware from her bag filled with veggies.
That leaves 1 play per writer for the rest of the season.
No, it doesn't. You are here because the board insisted I didn't invite you to give you a spot. It is possible you might wow me with a great play idea, but I wouldn't count on it.
If it's a 4-season show, why not give each of us a play? Like you said, we each have been a resident playwright. You've got Shakespeare there, and there are 3 writers at the table.
And
so-
a producer, but I'm bum. No, that's timing. Damn, tough crowd. Okay.
Actually, there's only 2 openings. And like I said, no guarantees.
Shakespeare plus 2 more plays doesn't equal...
I can count, Carol. We have an obligatory Black History Month play.
You do realize that I'm black.
I'm black too.
In person, yes, but not on paper.
What does that supposed to mean on paper?
Your plays aren't black.
Snap.
I'm a black playwright.
Who writes white characters?
Excuse me?
Damn, girl. Sorry, that was supposed to be subtext.
You heard me. It's obvious that you were invited because you write white toast plays.
It is truly amazing how you people just can't stay focused.
You people.
Why is everyone so damn sensitive?
Theater people, duh. There was a workshop about sensitivity. Apparently you didn't log on.
I was invited because I am the most produced playwright at this table. My characters have other issues outside of the typical black traumas that you write, but that does not mean that I am not writing black.
You can do better.
They can go at it all they want, but not on my dime.
You created this atmosphere, pitting writer
I
against
am
writer.
not going to sit here and defend my writing to you.
I write about black experiences.
And so do I. The only difference is you are stuck in stereotypes. Your plays are psychologically draining.
Telling them they aren't
Psychologically
black enough for
draining?
you. What were you thinking?
They aren't what I want in a Black History Month play. They aren't what the funders want.
Drugs, poverty, police violence, slavery. Do I need to go on?
I am here as a writer and also as a board member, making sure that you comply with our requests.
All valid
Really do
experiences.
not have time for this.
Unlike your adaptations, nothing original comes out of your pen. Your nice and safe cause, everyone already knows the story. You just grab a book and off the shelf and make it into a play.
And you take the first salacious headline you read and turn that into a play.
You both need to dial this back, okay?
We are both black playwrights.
We may have different tales to write, but we are both proud black women writers.
For my theater, however, you aren't the Black History Month kind of black my audience wants. Black History Month is about famous and typically dead black writers. Got it? Now, can we go back to Shakespeare?
So if we aren't black enough,
And obviously, we are still
are you
alive.
even interested in our thoughts, or was this invite just so you can say you opened up the process?
Like I said, there are 2 more slots, and if you play nice, maybe 2 out of the 3 of you will fit the bill.
Maybe I should give the board a call.
The members that count are more than aware of what I'm doing. You can stay or go, but if you want to be considered, and if you don't want me to whisper to the other theater artistic directors how difficult you are to work with, I think you might want to stay.
Why would they care? They just want the words, not the writer. They may use our demographics to secure a grant, and they're happy to parade us in front of the donors, but they just want the story. Your position isn't guaranteed either, or have you been fooled by yourself into thinking that you're irreplaceable?
This is my company. There is no company without me. Moving on. 12th night.
Hold up. I still want to talk about the Black History Month
There's
play.
no need.
I'm gonna walk if we don't.
I wouldn't make that threat if you don't mean it.
Look, who is acting blackety black?
I don't have time for all your mess, Carol. Now, can we get back to the first slot? I do not buy your statement that Black History Month productions need to be written by dead black writers.
Well, at this theater, it's a fact. We've done several August Wilson plays, almost the whole canon.
Well, you do know there are other dead black writers. No disrespect to August Wilson.
What about Lorraine Hansberry, Ed Bullens, James Baldwin, and Alice Childress?
Screw that. Black history is living history. Then what about Coleman Domingo and Michael R. Jackson?
George C. Wolfe, Marcus Gardley, Susie Laurie Parks.
I don't need an encyclopedia of names.
To be honest, I'm okay with finishing the Wilson canon. I'm glad to see him getting his due.
No one is saying he doesn't deserve his flowers, but there are other black and brown writers whose work should also be seen. I don't even care if you want to stick to the dead writers, but you should at least be open to other playwrights. I mean, what is your goal other than just doing the canon because you can?
I don't need a reason other than paying audiences like him. They feel safe in his play.
Safe? What the fuck does that mean? His plays more than deal with racism and classism. Do you even know anything about him?
We are once again off topic. The Black History play is a done deal. August Wilson play 9, whatever it is the play we're doing. We are now talking about Shakespeare. So catch up. 12th night.
Shakespeare's
Crowd
overdone and
pleaser.
overrated.
I like Shakespeare. Maybe not 12th Night.
Macbeth?
Get out.
It's a superstition.
It's a superstition.
Out,
Out.
out, out, out.
It's raining out there. Hard.
Out.
Really hard.
Oh, that's so nasty.
Quote.
I do desire we be better strangers. I am wet and I'll catch my death and it'll be all of your faults. Mark my words.
His wet hoodie to reveal a Black Lives Matter t-shirt.
Laugh all you want, but you can't do 12th Night without addressing the elephant in the room.
Which is?
Both Olivia and Orsino are bisexual and Antonio is gay. Plus, there's a pretty good chance Viola is gender fluid.
The lights change, the actors rise from the table, grabbing hats and cloaks from the prop and costume table.
One face, one voice, one habit, and two persons. A natural perspective that is and is not.
Antonio, oh my dear Antonio, how have the hours racked and tortured me since I have lost thee?
Mark switches hats to become Antonio.
Sebastian, are you?
Fearst thou that, Antonio?
How have you made division of yourself? An apple cleft in two is not more twin than these two creatures. Which is Sebastian?
Much wonderful.
So comes it, lady, you have been mistook. But nature to her bias, true in that. You would have been contracted to a maid. Now are you therein by my life deceived. You are betrothed both to a maid and man.
Mark switches back to the Duke.
Be not amazed. Right noble is his blood. If this be so, yet the glass seem true. I shall have share in this most happy wreck. Boy, thou hast said to me 1,000 times, thou never shouldst love a woman like to me.
Really? No one?
And all those sayings will I overswear, and those swearings keep us true in soul, as doth the orbed continent the fire that severs day from night.
Give me thy hand, and let me see thee in thy woman's weeds. I call bullshit. Orsino was in love with the boy Cesario.
Plus, Olivia is not so shallow that she falls in love and looks alone. She fell something for Cesario out, but she marries Sebastian. But there's no way she loves him. She doesn't even know him.
And Antonio, the dude puts his life on the line for what, brotherly love? No way. He is in romantic love with Sebastian, but every single production glosses over it.
It's a fan favorite. Cash cow.
It's a problem play no different than The Taming of the Shrew or Merchant of Venice. We can't do it as it is. Hell, we might have to put a trigger warning.
I am not putting in a trigger warning. Why is everyone so damn sensitive these days? What about Othello?
You can't be serious.
We could do a write-off. Think about it. We could rewrite all of the problem plays and see where they lead us.
Desdemona admits to dropping the handkerchief
It won't make a difference. She still died.
because the Moor is portrayed as an animal.
Because Iago uses the same logic. Desdemona doesn't lose it. She either throws it away because she doesn't care about him, or she gives it away to her lover. No matter what story is told, Iago's jealousy will poison Othello's mind, and in the end, he will kill her.
He is supposed to be this great warrior, but he can't recognize when he's being manipulated.
He's thinking first with his pride and second with his dick, and he isn't the only man to do so.
As the only male identifying person in the room, my dick and I are offended.
People love Shakespeare.
Yeah, we know, cash cow.
Let's just leave him to the Shakespeare festivals. Even if you want a public domain writer, let's just pick someone else. Oscar Wilde, Ibsen, Agatha Christie.
Oh, fuck that. Why are we always looking toward white Eurocentric writers? Why are they the gold standard? How about Zora Neale Hurston, Langston Hughes, or even Alexander Dumas? And I'm not talking about the Three Musketeers. There are plenty of non-white writers in the public domain.
Romeo and Juliet is a crowd favorite.
Are you even listening to me?
What if we do R&J and the mother's perspective?
Why would that be different?
A mother looks at things from a different perspective. Maybe they would have supported the relationship.
The mothers are outsiders.
The feud isn't theirs.
They married into the Montague and Capulet families.
They could have been friends.
Oh, they could still be friends.
who want to see an end to the feud,
They plot.
to marry off their children.
which would end the feud.
Why?
Should I have an Italian accent? I never know with Shakespeare. People have this thing about British accents, but the setting is Italy. No comment? Great, okay. Near hallowed ground, two mothers did start to bring an end to long-held ancient grudge. Meandering among the tombs, they put fear aside and take hand to heart to match their kids with just a little nudge.
I never liked the friar.
No, I'm not a fan of the friar. Sorry. So wordy. No offense.
He can't just say they are meeting at the cemetery. He has to go on and on.
Yeah, take a seat. You're out. Sit down, Mark.
Jeez, you're rude.
Whatever.
My deed is done. And you?
My part as well. I turned my impressionable child against the chauvinist Paris by singing his praises and remarking on how handsome he is. I went on and on about what a wonderful, domineering husband he'll make.
And how did she react?
As I told you, that girl wants nothing that I want. In her mind, I know nothing, and she is this blushing entreaties, turned her nose up and refused to hear another word. Paris will never capture her heart, and you, is that son set to crash the party?
Yes. I dropped several hints about the party, and God forgive me, but I told him that Rosalind would be there. Foolishly, he still expects to win her heart. But I have made plans to make sure that never happens. It's of no importance anyway, since once he sees your daughter, he will only remember the name Juliet.
Will he care about the feud between our families?
I have whispered my true feelings to him about the feud. Often I have told him that a name is just a name. After all, a tomato would smell as sweet were it called by another name. Hopefully he's been listening.
Oh, don't count on it. They never listen. In one ear and out the other. Did I tell you the latest with my nephew? He's on a rampage again.
What does he call himself these days? The Lion King?
Prince of Cats. Who does that? What would anyone want to be a cat? He has a screw loose, if you ask me. I told my sister not to drink while she was pregnant. I am convinced she didn't listen. That morning he was upset because someone stuck their thumb at him. He's so sensitive.
So silly. My nephew is no different. All of a sudden, he doesn't like his first name. Apparently, Wendell isn't very sexy. He's going by Mercutio now. The name definitely fits his behavior. Do you know that he follows Romeo around like a little puppy? I wonder if he doesn't have more than family love for him.
Really? Well, I've wondered the same of Tybalt. Maybe we can make another match once this is all done.
Well, if he starts to get in the way of our plans, I am seriously considering sending him back home to his mother.
Agreed. I've already sent a letter to my sister to come and get Tybalt. He is just too moody and has a horrible temperament. That child will come to a bad end, mark my words. And I just don't have the time for it, especially since we will hopefully be planning a wedding soon.
Ooh, this is so exciting. I've set out a gold mask for Romeo to wear tonight.
Oh, I'll make sure Juliet has the same. They are bound to notice each other. What a cute couple they'll make. Does he dance? Juliet loves to shake it up.
He is not light on his feet, but he can keep time with the beat. I'll practice with him a bit more tonight before he leaves. I tell you, I can't wait until this grudge is over. I honor our husband's ancestors, but meeting in a graveyard is just not fun.
Yes, once it's over, we can have a real tea with sandwiches and wine.
And dessert. Oh, I have a recipe for frosted shortbread that we can make together.
I was thinking we can combine our lands and grow our own vegetables and send our husbands off to court while we have a glass of wine and good book for our grandchildren to be born.
Soon.
Soon.
We'll be friends out in the open. We won't have to hide in cemeteries.
We can walk in the public square, arm in arm, go to the market together. Best friends?
Family! Yeah, I would love to update it.
Writing in the season is an artistic director thing.
I get that Shakespeare is some sort of a theater immortal, but how does this story relate to today?
It's just not your style, Carol. So you can't picture how it relates to audiences like I do.
Kathy's really good at updating plays. She has a knack for finding the core.
Suck up.
I adapted all of the Henry plays already. I know this work.
What I'm asking is, why rewrite this? What does it say that we keep embracing this dead old white writer, and we continue to ignore current and new writers whose pen is on the pulse of what is happening today? Shakespeare wrote about his contemporaries. It was why he was popular, because his audience understood. They were living in the lives he wrote about, or at least they understood those lives. We should do the same.
I get what you're saying. I just think that...
No, wait. I think I should write it.
You just said Why?
Grace, let me write it. A new play based on Romeo and Juliet, but focused on the mothers. Two friends are fighting to bring their families back together. Mothers who know what happens when they don't have support. Mothers who want the best for their children, and they see the way out isn't always the easiest. I can even toss in iambic pentameter, if that makes you feel better.
Kathy has more experience with verse.
Maybe so, but I have just as much experience with spoken word and rap. Rap that is lyrical, thoughtful, and complex. The only difference between rap and a sonnet is the beat. Listen, Romeo and Juliet isn't an urban story. Mothers are tired of the violence and want the best for their children. These women are mothers who will do anything to keep their children from continuing the cycle of violence. Grace, you know my work, or I wouldn't be at this table. I can write this play.
Shakespeare is free. Are you free?
She's an artist, not a fucking charity.
She's passionate about creating something, and the first thing you ask her is if she's going to give you her work for free.
Let me remind you, this is a business. We can either make a profit or break even. If we can't do that, we can't function.
Are you promising a production?
I'll promise a reading and pay for that, but that's all I'll say. Like I said, Shakespeare is free. I will put it on the board for now as a subscriber bonus. I'm not making any promises for a full production. After all, a better idea might come up.
Do you want to be my dramaturg?
Why is everyone looking at me? Geez, I can work in a team. I'm not used to it, but I can do it. Yes, Carol, I will be your dramaturg, since God knows you'll...
So that's one for living writers and one for the dead black guy.
Okay, let's talk slot 3.
All right, ladies of the house. We should still pick a public domain play, maybe a comedy.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
You don't get it, do you? Picking the season is not about how many grants it is. It's about how many grants you can attract and how many butts will be in the seats. I have a lot of shit to deal with. Board member egos, insurance, workers' comp, unions, and complaints, constant complaints that I am not doing enough, that I am not giving enough, I am not moving fast enough with the times. I want to be inclusive, for fuck's sake. Inclusivity is theater at its best, isn't it? Why aren't we just artists? Why do we have to be something more? Yes, Mark, we need to do a public domain play because it keeps the budget from soaring out of control so that the theater can pay a working wage to everyone involved, because apparently everyone wants to be paid to do what they love.
You have a flair for the dramatic. Have you ever considered acting?
The lights go out.
Oh, fuck!
End scene. Act 1, scene 2. Same day, moments later, the stage is dark. Cell phone flashlights move about the stage. Eventually, the cell lights are off stage and are replaced with noises and the grumblings of Carol and Grace walking into props or chairs.
Oh, is the fuse box stage left or house left?
Stage left, no, maybe stage right. Shit, I don't remember.
It's on the wall between the stage right dressing room door and the bathroom door.
How do you know that?
Who cares?
How does he know
We
that?
found it. Thanks, Mark.
The lights come up.
Going to check out the mail.
Doubt that.
We heard that.
You didn't defend me.
Against what?
You know damn well what. You not only didn't defend me, you added your 2 cents. You laughed at me.
I didn't laugh. I was arguing with Grace, if you hadn't noticed.
You could have said something supportive. I am your wife.
Not when we're working. This whole thing is ridiculous.
23 freaking years.
I know, 2 kids, but not when we're working.
A mortgage?
We agreed that the theater was a neutral space for our relationship. Now, if that's not what you want...
I want it, but you should have backed me up, taken my side as a colleague. She practically called me some kind of Uncle Tom playwright.
You're a good writer. You know that. You're produced more often than both Carol and I are put together. Plus, I love you.
Cut the crap, mister. She said it for a reason.
I don't think she was trying to be mean.
Well, she was mean. She said it and she believed it. Spit it out.
You need to develop thicker skin in this business. You are a writer, not an actor.
So only actors get to emote.
It's in their job description. Listen, love you.
I knew
But
I knew a but was coming.
your characters could be anyone. I mean, they're not specifically black.
My characters are relatable to my audience.
But who is your audience? Who are you telling your story to?
Why is everyone ganging up on me?
I'm on your side. I've been standing with you. I've been right here with you.
I know your white ass is not quoting Rose from Fences to me.
I got a life too. I gave up 18 years of my life to stand in the same spot with you. Don't you think that... Okay. It's such a great role. Okay. Doesn't it bother you that as a black playwright, over half the time, most of the characters in your plays aren't even played by black actors? I mean, we get the production photos, and where are the black actors?
I write to be produced. It's hard out there for women writers. Of all the productions out there, only 13% were written by female-identifying playwrights. Out of that 13%, maybe 3% are non-white writers. So being produced is the goal, the only goal.
I get it, I do. And I'm hella proud of you that you are one of the 3%.
Then why didn't you say something? Do you think that since I'm black, I'm only supposed to write black characters? The audience relates to my characters because they have the same concerns. They see themselves.
Why didn't you say that to Carol?
I don't have shit to prove to Carol.
Or maybe you hadn't given it any thought until she called you on it.
I've known Carol. We've known Carol for years, and she has never once said anything to me about my writing. But today, all of a sudden, I'm not black enough.
Now, that's not what she said.
Stop defending her to me.
I was not defending her. She is our friend. And I just want you to hear what she's saying. You and I have had this conversation before. You can't keep sitting on the fence. You want recognition as a black writer, but then you don't,
I write tales. And I do a damn good job.
A playwright's job is more than that.
No, it isn't. I'm not interested in using my plays to cudgel them into something better, to cudgel them into becoming better people. And what exactly is a black play? My plays deal with women, mothers, and people getting through life with the help of and the detriment of friends and family. Yes, white actors could play these roles, but so could black, Asian, Latinx.
No, that isn't true. Cultural and gender identity informs how we move through life. Your characters aren't interchangeable. They can't be.
Says the white man to the black woman.
Says the husband to his wife.
I like my characters. I write them through my own experiences. It is my imagination, the dreams I dream at night.
You've always been this proud black woman, and I'm seeing this part of you that's reluctant. It's like you aren't sure of yourself, that you aren't confident that if you wrote...
If more black people came to the theater, I would write plays that
and if more writers wrote plays that a black or brown audience could relate to, are you hearing yourself? It works both ways.
I write what I know. The characters are me.
So I guess that makes you black-ish.
Eavesdrop much? Huh.
If I had said the characters were black, my stories might never have seen a stage. White theaters don't want to see black stories or black family plays. White theaters want either Drive and Miss Daisy or Racial Reckoning. I don't say the characters are white or any race. I put the age of the character. If the literary manager reads my play and is able to see the characters on their stage, who do you think they see? They see people that look like them. I can count on one hand the names of black or brown literary managers. And to be clear, it's not like when they choose one of my plays, they ask me who should play the roles. The fact is, they probably make a point of not asking me. Grace, if I submitted one of my plays to you and specified the character's race...
Maybe I would have still chosen it, but I don't know. it's likely that I would have viewed the characters differently, but you are the playwright if you had wanted to make sure your characters were cast in a specific way, then it's your responsibility to have said so.
Wait. So if racial identity isn't listed, you just assume it is white?
Pretty much.
That answers my question then. My plays would not have been produced here.
If you don't have enough confidence in your writing to call out the identity of your characters, why am I to blame?
I'm not surprised Grace thinks white. I'm more surprised that you do. But then, when I think of it, I don't even remember seeing any of your plays at any of the black theaters.
My plays aren't centered around racism or celebrating black this or that.
Oh, listen up, little Miss Judgy. Celebrating our contributions to this or that on stage is a blessing. No one else is celebrating us. Hell, for too long you've had thought that blacks hadn't anything to do with building this country and moving it forward. Our hands have been in science and engineering, farming, music, and sports, you name it. And we were there. We just don't seem to make it into the school history books. And yes, slavery, poverty, racism are also part of our experience. Do you think they are topics that aren't worthy to be on stage? Aren't stories worthy of being told? We are not invisible.
I am doing my best.
I don't buy that excuse for 1 minute. You may have grown up in a white neighborhood, but you did it as a black girl. You are moving through life as a black woman. Write about that. Grace will produce it, right?
I would need to read it first.
Grace, you have commissioned my work before with nothing but a phone conversation and a basic premise.
Well, if that's the case, then it looks like the third slot is filled.
I make the decisions about what goes on the board. Fine. At least give me an idea of what you're going to write about.
A romantic comedy.
Fluff.
Love can be transformative.
Predictable.
Sometimes what we are looking for is in front of us the whole time.
Boring.
Maybe we have too many black plays. I mean, we have our Black History Month play. Carol is writing a Black Mama play based on R&J, and now this some kind of Tyler Perry mess.
You might want to back up on that last statement, Grace.
You know what I mean.
No, I actually don't know what you mean.
Tyler Perry mess?
Grace, I don't want to do it. I don't know. I don't want a chitlin play
I said I was writing a love story.
with a black and brown cast.
Go on, dig yourself in even deeper.
What is the issue? Do you not think that black people fall in love?
I was just asking, why do you people get all in a huff?
Again, with the you people. I don't know if we should even be here. I mean, why should we support?
Because I am the only theater this size in about 150 miles because I have a union contract, because I pay writers like you, no agents, no big city credits, and nothing more than a smattering of produced plays, Kathy accepted, a working wage. Need I go on?
It's okay. It's what goes on the stage that matters. Do you have a problem with an all-black cast?
I don't have a problem. I was only clarifying, and I thought I was in a safe place to do so.
A safe space does not mean you get to say whatever you want, and we are supposed to just take it.
All I'm saying is I just can't see the appeal yet. I think about black love stories, and all I think about is nothing. Some Lifetime movies, maybe, but just a straight-out theatrical love story.
I'm not sure how to respond. Are you serious?
What would I say if I wasn't? Never mind. We're just wasting our time. Can we get back to the business at hand? Kathy, if you want to write a black or BIPOC love story, go for it. Not sure why you're making it such an issue, since our audience is mostly white, and since most of the funders and theater critics are white. Love stories are kind of old school these days, like Carol said. Predictable. Maybe seeing black people in a romantic love story will be novelty enough to draw an audience.
So are you going to write it on the board?
Do not push me. Hand me the marker. Remember, This is all tentative. Okay, moving on.
End scene. Act 1, Scene 3, same day, afternoon. Mark, Carol, Grace, and Kathy sit at the conference table. A pizza box, 2 bottles of wine, and a huge roll of paper towels are on the table. Kathy sits closest to the whiteboard.
Should we do a check-in?
Why?
Isn't that a start of the meeting kind of thing?
Let's just imagine we did one.
Come on, it's been a crazy day.
Not for me. I'll go. I don't know what it is, but something is up. Call me the spidey sense, but I can feel that some fuckery is going on, like a shoe is about to drop. And personally, I prefer my drama on the stage.
Actually, we are on a stage. I get what you're saying, but isn't a little drama a bit more fun? Hey, I'm calling my union rep.
I am your union rep.
My turn. I feel like I have been set up. I'm being bamboozled into shows that I don't feel comfortable with.
This upcoming season is shaping up nicely. Now, these shows, in my opinion, will bring in a bigger and more diverse audience. Really, Grace, you should not look a gift horse in the mouth.
More like a Trojan horse.
Was that subtext?
No one is listening to me. I do not want to do these shows.
You seem flustered. Are you hydrating? You know, coffee is...
I don't patronize me. This is my theater.
I'll get you some water. Grace, I need to tell you something.
I don't want to hear it. No one's listening to me, so I'm not listening to you. I have the ultimate control about what goes on my stage and where is my water.
Mark, did you want to say something about how you feel about the process or something?
Grace's car was just towed.
What? You didn't tell me that.
I tried to tell you.
Why?
You parked in the yellow zone.
It's not all yellow.
Well, it's apparently yellow enough.
I always park there.
Tell it to the judge.
You trying to be funny at a time like this?
I guess one of us will have to give you a ride home.
Just breathe slowly, Grace, okay? It'll all be okay. Carol, can you give her a ride? You can deal with the car in the morning. It's not the end of the world.
Don't volunteer me. I might have plans, you know.
I live across the street from you.
I'm sure Kathy and... You know, Uber or Lyft is easy to get.
I don't even know why I'm still here. I have my assignment. I'm good.
But you're my ride.
I am not your Uber.
Carol, there's only one more show to choose.
Well, the more I think about it, well, these shows are not shows our patrons would come to.
Because they feature a multiracial cast?
I haven't signed off on this. I know I wrote it up there on the whiteboard, but I might erase.
You sure don't give
one.
your audience much
Can we
credit.
just get on with it?
Did you hear what I said?
Yes, we are picking the last show. Grace?
Let me guess. She wants public domain play.
Laugh all you want, but not paying royalties is never a bad idea.
Well, safe is what you want. How about a holiday show? I don't think this theater's ever done one.
I hate Christmas Carol.
Velveteen Rabbit?
Depressing. Plus, it's usually done around Easter.
Well, let's think it out. Who goes to holiday shows? People with kids. Grandparents. Is it a date thing? Okay, not a date thing. Girls' night. Okay, not that. So, just families. What do families watch together during the holidays?
That we can produce for free.
I always loved Pride and Prejudice.
Tired. How about Cinderella?
I'm okay with that, as long as it isn't the musical. Oh, and just so you know, Cinderella is white. If she was supposed to be brown or black, her name would have been something different.
Cinderella can be anybody.
Not in my theater. In my theater, she's white and preferably blonde, and that's final. And the other plays are diverse enough for the whole season. Why do you all of a sudden care anyway?
What is that supposed to mean? I have always cared.
You knew exactly what you were doing when you left off the ethnicity of your characters.
I am proud to be black. I had this goal of getting produced, and I did that. Now I want to write plays that show that being black is not some sort of punishment, that being black is beautiful. We have happy endings, too.
Amen to that. Took you long enough, but girl, welcome to the revolution.
You have your kumbaya somewhere else. You know, every play does not have to be a Gap ad.
Can't be serious.
My theater, my rules.
This isn't your theater. If you ever read the board minutes, you'd know that this building was sold months ago, and if you ever thought about anything but your fucking own damn ego, you'd have noticed what is happening in the complex.
I do not give a shit about who owns the space.
The rent was waived so a new lease could be negotiated.
I do not give
You
a
should
shit
give
about
a shit.
Who the fuck do you think you are telling me how to run my theater? I may not have gone to all the committee meetings, but I read the minutes.
Then you know that the new lease is dependent on the theater company being more inclusive.
Of course, I know that. Why the fuck do you think you two are here? It's bullshit and probably illegal. I have the new owner's number somewhere here. Fucking woke assholes thinking they can tell me how to run my theater. Mark, you're on the board, and you can tell them that I am done putting up with their liberal bullshit.
Her phone rings. Seconds later, a phone is heard ringing on the table. Kathy reaches in her bag and holds out the phone, which continues to ring.
And the other shoe drops.
End scene.
Abuela, you take him.
Act 2, Scene 1.
Okay, I need to throw those things.
Same day, early evening, coffee cups and a bakery box filled with donuts are added to the table.
They said they were just going around the corner for soda. Is this CP time?
CP time?
You know, colored people time, or just late, as I like to call it.
I know what CP time is. They are taking a walk, so we might talk privately for a minute.
Oh, Kathy might own the theater building, but it is still my theater company.
Coffee?
I felt a little bullied earlier. What she's doing is probably illegal. I might call Fox News about it. I called the board president. He said the lease hasn't been signed.
No, it hasn't. Grace, times have changed. The theater company has to keep up with the way the community is changing and hopefully become a leader in that effort. We need to bring it to the now.
Oh, spare me the too cool for the room terminology.
I'm talking about what is happening in the world now. We are in a huge global shift. How people see the world and their place in it. All of this.
A, spare me. B, what is it you want me to do that you think I'm not doing? Spell it out.
It isn't enough to put a banner on the webpage that you're down with the cause. The world is changing.
Get to the point.
The theater company is too white.
Against my better judgment, I'm producing 2 new black plays. Hell, actually, I'll be producing 3 shows with the August Wilson play. You should be applauding me.
You're doing it kicking and screaming. Hiring talented writers who fill your seats with new audience members is a win. Tell me, who is going to direct these black shows? I've never seen any brown people behind the curtain.
Every posted job encourages
I'm not
all
buying
the-
it. You don't reach out. You expect them to come to you.
Well, that is usually how it works. You post a job and people apply.
People apply who see the ad.
We can go on and on like this. Just tell me what you want.
You need to step down. You have run this company since inception.
Because I started it.
It is time to let someone else take over.
Why would I do that?
You can transition out slowly, but the theater should be fresh. Fresh eyes can take the company to the next level.
I should step aside because I'm not brown, because I am a certain age?
Don't put words in my mouth.
Then what words should I use?
You know the statistics. Theater gatekeepers are mostly white.
And male.
We have an opportunity to change the dynamic. Bringing in a person of color will shift.
Oh, anyone can start a theater company. If a brown or black person wants to be an artistic director, they are more than welcome to start up a theater company. More power to them. That's what I did. And look where it got me.
Why are you taking this personally?
Because it's personal, you fucking fuck! This company is who I am. 25 years running, 75 shows. I have put everything I am into this company. And if you don't like me as a leader, you can find another theater company to work with. I can't believe your arrogance. If anything speaks of white male privilege, it is you telling me I should quit.
I didn't say quit exactly. I said step down. co-lead, train the next person, and then move on. I don't know. Volunteer somewhere. Join a board. Not this board. Another board somewhere. I hear that...
Stop! Stop. Do not say another word.
Grace, I know you're pissed off, but hear me out. You are appreciated. Truly, you are loved by many and have done a great job. But we all have a shelf life, and you have hit yours. Hey, this theater is about risks, and you won't step out of the lane you're in. The way you cast, the people you hire, yes, this upcoming season looks different. You have possibly 3 plays in the upcoming season written by Black authors. But would you have done that if the board hadn't insisted you include writers of color in the decision-making process? If I wasn't here representing the board? If We See You White American Theater hadn't called you out? The changes didn't come to you organically.
I have produced both Carol and Kathy in past seasons.
Carol twice in 5 years. And as we have already noted, you have cast all of my wife's plays with white actors. Plus, they aren't the only talented Black writers in the area. You have never produced any Asian plays. Latinx? Oh, and let's not forget that as a lesbian, you haven't produced even a single LGBTQ plus friendly play.
I produce the plays I like. It's the perk of having your own theater company.
Grace, please don't kill me. It's such a cliche.
You know that the theater isn't technically yours.
Yes, it is!
It's a 501c3.
With a board of directors that ultimately approve all decisions, including who the artistic director is.
Not going well, I take it.
I was easing into it.
You call asking me to step aside, easing into it. He talked about me like I was a loaf of bread that had passed its use-by date.
Smooth.
I don't understand what's happening. I thought we were all friends.
Friends! We live in the same neighborhood, and I have never stepped foot in your house. I'm thinking that Mark explained to you that the board wants to move in a different direction.
She's a grown-ass woman. Stop pussyfooting around and just spit it out.
They voted you out. We had to fight to get you this last season, and honestly, after our earlier meeting, I'm regretting that decision.
I just saw most of the board members at the farmer's market yesterday, and shit, I just talked to the board president an hour ago!
They want to change the direction of the company, and they consider you more of a roadblock than a... Well, roadblock pretty much says it all.
They had an emergency meeting last week.
But I haven't done anything wrong. They have no grounds.
That's what at will means. You can either have a wonderful last season and help train your successor, or you can leave now, and the board will appoint a temporary artistic director.
Just like that. This is my company. Did you know?
I knew something was up. I just didn't know how Macbethian it was.
More Julius Caesar, really.
With tinges of Mamet, too.
What are you fucking talking about? This is my company!
If you didn't want to give up the control, you should have never gone down the 5013C road.
Your leaving is the best thing for the company.
I need to sit down. Sit down.
Are you feeling okay?
Don't get your hopes up. I'm not dying.
Grace, you're still young-ish. You can get a different job, maybe with a bigger theater company if you want.
You had to know this couldn't last forever.
Why would I know that? How is it that something I started, that I built up, can be taken from me?
It grew and took on a life of its own. I know you don't get it, but it really is for the best.
They didn't even give me an opportunity to change.
Oh, that's not true. For over a year, you refused to acknowledge the racism even existed in the theater. For longer than that, you have cast Black actors in only one show per year during Black History Month. I have Black actor friends who don't even bother auditioning for you because it's a waste of time.
It isn't my fault if they aren't right.
You didn't want to see the change because you didn't need to do.
When the George Floyd murder happened, the artists, the board, the community, I needed... Well, everything changed that day. We wanted our theater to take a stand. to hold a stage reading of a play that addressed police violence. You refused to let the Black History Month cast pass the hat to collect a donation to support justice reform.
I don't think I like you anymore.
I'm okay with that.
Grace, it is hard to deny that you have been a roadblock to helping the theater grow within our community. Our town is ready to see new works by a diverse group of writers, directors, and actors.
The bottom line is we're losing our potential audiences to theaters from out of town because you still want to produce all white productions about issues that today's audience has absolutely zero interest in. We need to build a new audience base, and they're more likely to be young people of various ethnicities. They have not grown up in a monochromatic world, and that isn't what they want to see on stage. And you either can't see that or you refuse to see that. Maybe with a person of color leading the company, we can finally...
Grace picks up the donut box. She opens it and eats one donut whole and then another. Carol, Mark, and Kathy just watch her in silence. Grace gulps some coffee.
I'm Black. I've been unknowingly passing. I did my DNA. And I'm 12% from various African nations, but mostly Nigeria.
Wow. I have no words.
So, are you identifying as Black in public or only at this table?
I am not sure how I feel about it. It's rather new for me, but it explains a lot.
How?
How I gravitate towards other Black artists. My love of gumbo with okra.
Lord, give me strength.
My love of gospel.
Girl, you are from Louisiana. You are a Southerner.
So let me get this straight. Now that you identify as Black, that's supposed to impact the decision of letting you go?
You can't just toss a racial identity on like a coat.
Just so we're clear, identifying as Black doesn't give you the right to toss around Black stereotypes about Black people or Black theater.
Especially now that this is a Black theater company.
I wouldn't say that exactly.
You're identifying as Black, and according to you, this is your theater company.
That's true, but I haven't mentioned that to anyone but you three.
So why now?
It's complicated. I think it's best to...
Because she got caught being racist and figured if she said she was Black, she'd be giving us a pass.
Because if she says she's Black, she thinks she'll get to keep her job.
I deserve better than this.
You do deserve better. But I'm pretty sure a lot of people can say the same thing about how you treated them. Mm-hmm. When it's all said and done, it doesn't change anything. It's your behavior that got you fired. I will become the interim artistic director until a permanent person is ready to take over.
A white man will take over. How fucked up is that? I am at a loss for words.
It would only be temporary. An offer for the position is already out. The person just has to say yes.
Then why not temporarily put my sister Carol in charge? I'm sure she would be more than adequate in bringing in all the Black and brown theater goers that I have apparently missed.
We, you and me, we are not sisters.
Grace eats another donut hole.
We're neighbors.
Only when it's convenient for you.
Grace, aren't you gluten intolerant?
No, you're telling me what I can eat?
Grace, they gave you it out. You can stay in co-lead or one last season.
This can't be happening to me.
Kathy tries to take the donut box away from Grace, who resists with all her might.
I know you might not like me much right now, but you should think about it. The board treating you like this is wrong. The news shouldn't be coming at you like this, but it is what it is. You can decide how you'll go out, give yourself some time, and make sure people remember that it was you that got it where it is. Hell, make them throw you a dinner and put a plaque up somewhere.
Carol takes the donut box from Grace. Grace throws the donut in her hand into a trash can.
Never occurred to me that I wouldn't be here forever.
So you'll make a graceful exit?
Honey, you really do need to work on your timing.
I couldn't help myself.
We know.
So what do I do? Oh,
Maybe take a cruise.
Carol reaches into her purse and pulls out a Tupperware with the ginger. She hands it to Grace.
Chew on it. It'll help your stomach. Come on now.
Grace chews the ginger.
It's not the end of the world.
The board wants you to write a letter today announcing your decision. Either you walk out the door now, or you have a slow exit where you can work alongside a new AD while getting your flowers for having started the company.
What's the rush?
They want to get a press release out tomorrow.
We have to finish picking out a season. We still haven't done that yet.
So you're staying.
It's my last season, so yes, I want to pick the last shows. Hold up. I know that look. You're not going to cry, are you? I'm the only one that gets to cry around here. It's been a shitty day. I don't feel like comforting you or anybody else. Well, don't take it personally. Neighbors.
Can I get you anything?
Cyanide.
With lemon?
You're a good writer, you know.
Thank you.
Want to help me write my farewell email?
I think a letter is more personal. So what if it takes a day or two to arrive?
Builds tension.
Followed by release.
Drama.
Exactly. Is there any paper around here?
I'll get it.
She exits and returns with a few sheets of fancy stationery.
That's beautiful.
I love stationery. I use it to turn down writers. Well, I use it when I turn promising writers down. For the schlock, I send an email. Carol has a few letters, but not you. I produced all of your submissions. I suppose you could be considered our resident playwright.
What do you say in your rejection letters?
Oh, nothing much. I tell them I believe in their talent. I might even mention a line from their play. Encourage them to keep writing, that I look forward to working with them, just not this season. Something wrong?
No, just lost in my thoughts, I guess. Should we start? We might be able to finish before Mark and Carol return.
Dear Board of Traders. Okay, probably not the best beginning, even though it's true. How about, dear board members, I am writing this letter to inform you that after 25 years, I will be stepping away. Can I ask you something?
Sure.
Why aren't you more proud of your work? If I was produced as much as you are, I'd be singing from the rooftops.
I'm proud of my plays. I just should have insisted that the cast be at least diverse and at least reflect my worldview.
You married a white man. You apparently grew up in a mostly white town. Maybe that is your worldview.
I'm not white.
Well, who really is white these days, huh? I mean, we can thank those DNA sites for that tidbit of information. Maybe your desire to be produced outweighed your desire to tell your truth as a black writer.
I don't want that anymore. If it means I don't see myself on stage. I want to see my plays realized by actors of color.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Maybe that is the way to move forward. Those theaters that produced you in the past, mine included, will find it pretty hard to turn down your plays just because you call out the character's racial identity.
Do you think so?
Well, I can't say for sure, but all you can do is give it a try.
I'm taking a break from writing after this coming season. See what other dreams I can make come true.
Well, whatever floats your boat. Okay, back to this letter. It has been my privilege to birth this theater company, and watch it grow 25 years is nothing to sneeze at. I understand that soon there will be a new artistic director to take over the helm of this magnificent vessel. I look forward to working and training that person once that position has been filled. Sincerely, me. Thoughts? Corrections?
I like it. The position is filled. The board made an offer.
I gotta say, they were never this quick when it came to raising money. Mark said the offer hadn't been accepted.
They just accepted.
Oh. So who is it?
Me.
Shit.
You can trust me.
Trust you? You sat here listening to me go on and on about my feelings. And even worse, letting me care about you and your insecurities, but I can trust you.
I didn't go after your job. The board came to me.
Because you own the building.
No, they know me. They know my work and wanted a fresh set of eyes.
Or they wanted a brown-skinned AD that won't try to reinvent the wheel. Someone that will still pick the shows they love, but is black so no one can say anything. They want theater that entertains, not informs. They feel safe with you.
I am more than that. If you showed up to the artistic committee meetings, you'd understand.
Have shit to do. They aren't even artists. They're just rich fucks who confuse artistry with expenditures.
I'm a produced writer. I bring credibility.
Hell, there's been a flurry of new brown and black artistic directors replacing us old white ADs. I guess the board is on
I
trend.
hoped you'd be relieved that it wasn't a stranger taking over.
They're just using you. Probably hoping you'll lower the rent or give it rent-free.
Either way, I'll get what I want.
Which is?
Turning this company into a multi-ethnic theater cooperative. There are so many writers whose voices deserve to be heard. Writers who never get past people like you. You kept them out of the game. This is my chance to make things right, to open that door, and damn it, nobody will stand in my way.
They'll fire you after a year.
They can certainly try.
Fuck this. I just want to go home. I don't feel quite,
Grace faints. End scene. Act 2, scene 2. Same day, late night, Chinese food containers are lying empty on top of the pizza containers.
She'll be okay. She's lying down on the equity cot. She does this every once in a while, faint. She'll wake up and act like nothing happened, but I'll call her doctor in the morning.
You been together a long time?
We're neighbors.
Sorry. I just thought that...
We don't advertise it. She is always worried about what people will say. Been 5 years.
She's never produced a queer play. Wait.
August Wilson and me.
We have a lot to change. Maybe starting with not doing an August Wilson play.
I know what you're saying, but he's, an icon.
I know. I love his work. I swear I do. I just think we can do something else.
Oh, this company has almost done the entire canon.
I know, but why is that important? What does that mean? Just to say you did it, like climbing some mountain or going to every ballpark.
He's a black national
Enough already.
treasure.
The plays are great. I just don't think the women characters are...
Rose, come on. That's a great monologue. I've been standing with you. I've been right here with you. Troy, I got a life too. I gave up 18 years of my life to stand in the same spot with you. Don't you think I ever wanted other things? Don't you think I had dreams and hopes? What about my life? What about me? Shit, I would kill to play Rose.
But what does it say about black women? What is the message out there about who we are and what we feel? The women in his plays are strong, but they are stereotypes. The saint or the sinner, the seductress or the loyal wife.
Oh, they aren't stereotypes, shit. You have some auntie, cousin, or friend that has given it all up for some man. We know these women. The women are the backbone of his plays. Just because they don't say a lot or they're not in every scene, it doesn't diminish their strength. His focus was black men moving through a certain point in history. You can't fault him for that.
I'm not faulting him.
No. He wrote what he wanted to write. You can't fault him for that.
I'm not faulting him at all. I know he wrote characters for a reason. I'm just tired of seeing black women portrayed that way.
And you don't portray black people at all. How is that different?
I'm still finding my voice. I am going to make different choices, and I want the theater to make different choices as well.
So, what happens if we flip the script? Have all the main roles played by women, all female, 2 trains running. Ain't nothing to do unless I do it like West and go into the undertaking business. I can't go out there in Square Hill and open up a restaurant. Ain't nothing gonna be left around here. Supermarket gone, 2 drugstores, the 5 and 10. Doctor done moved out, dentist done moved out, shoe store gone. Ain't nothing gonna be left out here but these niggas killing one another. That don't never go out of style. West's gonna get richer and everybody else gonna get poor. At one time, you couldn't get a seat in here. Had the jukebox working and everything. Time somebody get up, another somebody came in to sit down to eat. People was coming in and out that door. People coming from everywhere. Everybody got to eat and everybody got to sleep. Some people don't even have stoves. Some people don't have nobody to cook for them. Men whose wives then died and left them. Cook for them for 30 years and lay down and die. Who gonna cook for them now? Somebody gotta do it. I order 4 cases of chicken on Friday and Sunday, it's gone. Fried up, make it in a stew, boil it.
Sorry, but isn't that just another stereotype of a black woman cooking? But I hear you. Maybe we could still do a Wilson play. It just would be cast differently. I don't know. All of this is just tiring.
Are we still talking about August?
I don't know. This thing with Grace, kicking her out of her own company, and apparently I'm no better. You said so yourself, I don't write black.
I did.
It's not just that I didn't name the character's ethnicity, though, is it?
No. For me, your characters have no soul. You are so careful with your language. No slang, no slurs, no accents, nothing to give away who the characters are. I never get the impression that they would go to the mat for something or anyone. It's true that they can be anybody, but I don't see that as a good thing.
Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God is gonna trouble these waters.
This stage just gets crazier and crazier.
Grace, you okay?
I'm better than okay. I have found my truth. I am ready to embrace my true self.
Which is...
Listening to you and Carol's made me realize how important representation is, how I have a vital role to play. I am a strong black woman.
What are you playing at, Grace?
I'm not playing. If I don't get to keep my position as artistic director, I am calling MSNBC and the New York Times, and I'm screaming as loud as I can that I am being fired because I came out as a black woman.
Have you lost your mind?
We can still do a season just as planned, but I'm not going to quit.
So you are back to identifying as black now that it serves your needs? Who the hell do you think you are? Do you think anyone is going to hop on your self-pity bandwagon because you put on a kente print?
I am no different than you waking up to my black joy.
Oh no, Grace, you need to stop.
Why? I am speaking my truth.
Hey, if she wants to identify as black, let her. She isn't getting her job back, period. What will you say? That they fired you because you're black and they hired another black woman to replace you?
Grace, this is not the road that you want to go down. I know you think I can't do this job, become an artistic director without your help. But I have been in theater practically my whole life. I've been an actor, director, and playwright. I learn quickly, and what I don't know, I can get help with. I am
have
more
to do.
So do I. I made choices in the past about how I presented my plays that I don't regret. I told the stories that I wanted to tell, and I am okay with that. Now, I have a different story to tell. I want to tell the stories of other black and brown playwrights. So, Grace, if you want to keep running this white elephant theater company, go for it.
You're giving up that
Oh,
easily?
fuck no. Far from it. You just won't have this theater space.
Oh shit, more drama.
I'll be gobsmacked, I be. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players.
I hate you, and you're a terrible actor.
Oh, the pain, the pain. You know, I feel no love, and my needs are...
Sweetheart, love you, but do you mind? I am about to go nuclear on this witch. Now, that negotiable lease that was never signed, well, it is no longer negotiable. You can pack your stuff up.
I'm going to call my lawyer.
And say what?
I built this stage!
No, you built a theater company. I bought a building with a theater space.
The publicity will destroy you.
Doubtful, especially when they see the kinds of shows that we will be putting up.
Grace, it is time to let go.
And if I don't want to, then what? Are you going to defriend me?
After today, you and I need to have a talk.
Carol? You don't mean that.
Like I said, you and I, we need to talk.
Everything I said, it was just business. You know me. I'm different at home when I'm your
Like I
neighbor.
said, we have to talk. You are trying my nerves. Do not say another word.
The drama never ends.
Like I said, Grace, your lease is up, and a new multi-ethnic theater company will be moving in.
You conniving bitch!
Girl, you need to stop. This ain't a fucking soap opera.
So it does feel a little bit like one of those housewives shows.
You acting like the popcorn section needs to stop.
I was thinking more like the Greek chorus. I get the message.
I want what's best for this theater.
Do you actually think the subscribers will stay once I'm gone? That companies will donate when they see a season filled by plays written by writers of color? Give me a break.
I believe in our audience. Those that leave, well, let them. We are building a new audience. August Wilson did not write for a white audience. He wrote for people like me. His plays gave us the context to better understand our own stories. Now, that didn't stop everybody from coming to see his plays. All those other folks sat in their seats and cried with Rose and got pulled into Aunt Esther's spells just like us black folks. A good play can make you feel that. Like you've been touched by the Spirit.
Amen to that. And I'm hoping that means you'll also start to write our stories.
I always thought I was, but I will call out the character's ethnicity going forward, and I will work on finding their souls. The characters might not always be black, but they will never just be anybody.
We've got to go. You know, 2 kids left alone, unsupervised.
We have dogs. The dogs are our kids, and I've said it a million times to put them in the garage when we go out. Now, Grace, black women are strong, and I am going to be just fine without you. I'm sure that as a newly identified black woman, you will be strong as well. So, good luck finding a stage for your company, but this space is booked.
I'll let the board know that you both changed your mind and yada yada.
Okay, this day has been way too much.
Wait, I think there may have been a misunderstanding. I am fine with the earlier arrangement. I was
No,
only
that
thrown
won't be necessary anymore. You opened my eyes. I was afraid to step up and take this on, but I'm good. Are you two okay with that?
I was only... okay. Well, yeah.
Go on and wait in my car. I'll give you a ride home.
Grace grabs a bottle of wine hidden in the costume rack. She rushes to the table and takes the marker before exiting out the door.
Ooh, well, that was something else. This has been a crazy-ass day. If I had written this, a reader would have read it and said that was too much drama. So, what are you going to call this new multi-ethnic theater company?
No idea. But it's exciting. There are so many stories out there to tell.
Writers telling tales.
That's what we do.
You never presented any ideas for what you might have wanted to write.
I wasn't here so much as a writer. I'm here as your wingman.
The board wanted you to come.
Yeah, there was a suggestion that Grace might not leave so gracefully.
You know I had this.
I know, but why would I miss the drama?
Oh. You ready to take charge?
I have a lot to learn, but I am willing to learn it.
Damn, Skippy.
Can I call you for advice?
Do I look like I'm going anywhere? Hell, I'm already cleaning up.
It's a new day. You feel that? Felt like God walked across the stage.
Or maybe it's August Wilson.
They grab their things and start to leave. Kathy quickly returns to turn on the ghost light. She's about to reach for the switch when the light turns on by itself.
Maybe it was.
End of play.